You hear the peepers? It's springtime. Also, if you hear that rushing in the back, that's the river. That's like, I don't know, 5-minute walk from my house. Because 2 days ago or something, we got 6 inches of snow and the state got slammed. And tomorrow we're going to get another major giant rainstorm. And we're probably going to lose power and definitely going to have some flooding if they haven't already started with the flooding. This happens every spring. Won't happen to me because if you can tell, I'm going downhill. I live up on a hill, so that's the smart way to do it. I'm quite a bit higher than the river, so I don't have to worry about that. Out with my girls. That's Pixie making a whole bunch of noise. And the camera is on red. So I'm either going to run out of power or space soon. Expect this to get cut off quickly. I was asked, I think seriously, how am I doing considering all the restrictions? And somebody else had asked me this earlier. My very flippant answer is and it's both flippant and also 100% true, is I think I'm doing much, much, much better than the general populace. Financially, people are in really bad straits. It's one of the good things about, I guess, it's hard to say it like that, but, to have a personality disorder where, they're off in the trees. Anyway, I can't keep a regular 9-to-5 job. It used to be part of the diagnostic criteria that you were underemployed. And actually, that's a big thing that I get. It's like, you have a master's degree. You can teach at any university in United States, England, Canada, and Australia. Why aren't you doing that? What's the point in going to get this degree? I think that must be Percy. Can't see him anyway. Let's see if I can get some light on. No, that didn't work. The camera knows there's somebody there. Oh, and there's Perry. Nope, there's Poppy. I don't know, whatever. Who cares? It's the cats. Yeah, I do get that. The thing that I use my master's degree for most, other than what I learned, but as far as using the perks, which I would consider, you go and get this piece of paper from a university. I should have way more respect for it. I spent a lot of time in school. I don't see anything different from me to anybody else. It's very, very easy to get the knowledge base that I got on your own. As a matter of fact, you have to do this testing to verify that you actually did something in the years while you were going to school and you weren't just sleeping through class. And it was the stuff I was doing outside of class that absolutely shined on those tests, because I blew them out of the water and got top 1 or top 10% on the testing I did in the country. Pretty decent. And awards, and they sent me plaques and all this other crap. It's ridiculous, but it's just because I was very, very well read, because I'm avoidant, and that's what I do, is instead of spending my time being social, I read a lot of books, and I read a lot of newspapers, and I see a lot of crap on YouTube, and lately it's been Netflix. I did watch that stupid tiger show. It was horrible. I watched Don't Fuck with Cats. Horrible. Why am I wasting my life watching crap on on Netflix. What was the latest one? Oh, Zoo. This is the most remarkably stupid TV show ever. It's just so bad. It's so dumb. And the book it was based on was half decent. And I'm just like, how did they come up with this garbage? Ridiculous. It's not even good ridiculous at the end. For a while there it was like, that's just outrageous. That's brilliant. That's so stupid and outrageous. And that was just so stupid. That's what happens when you watch TV. So stupid. But I read a lot of books. And it helped with my education. So, look at me getting off track. I'm supposed to be answering a question, which is, how am I coping with, this social isolation crap we're going through? And what I was saying was, first of all, one was financial. I took a little tiny wobble hit financially because I did have to take, we're probably good to 10 days off where I couldn't really do anything because I was actually sick from the virus. So it wasn't, I was supposed to be quarantined by the state, but I also couldn't do my own work. I couldn't do much of anything. And then at the end, when I started taking walks, this is so pathetic. This is so true. One of the reasons why I made all those videos, one of the reasons why I made all the videos, there's a lot of reasons why I made those videos, is because people push back on me a lot about what does it mean when I say mindfulness. And I was just like, oh yeah, go look it up yourself. Well, that's lame. Eventually I've got to, put the money where my mouth is and actually, I can tell people how to do it. Yes, I've got a huge, and I talked about it, I've got a huge sort of barrier to doing that because I've been shot down as I don't have the official credentials, therefore I can't do it, even though I'm aware of how to do it. And I've got all the knowledge and I can teach. But I'm not supposed to. You're supposed to have... Do you see him wobbling? This is Poppy being a good boy. He is so round. But he's still trying really hard. That's very good. He should be my inspiration. He should be everybody's inspiration. To keep active, even though he's a big boy. Yeah. So, one, it's just something that I got sick of saying to people, go do this and research it yourself, when I'm supposed to be, like, the point of this channel is that I'm supposed to be a source for people who want to look stuff up and see how to cope with life as an avoidant rather than dealing with some peppy poppy type of, the people who normally teach, I've been through it. The people who normally teach mindfulness are a little hippy dippy, and that's kind. Anyway, so one, I wanted to sort of scratch that itch. Two, I wanted to have something that I could say, hey, look at this, instead of just go look it up yourself. But also, I really wanted to get out of the house and take a walk because I had been so quarantined and I really couldn't go very far without taking a break, which was why, it was 50-50. Yes, it needed, for mindfulness, it needed to be something that was static, but also really needed to go out and do the setup and sit and think about it for a little while and do the video and then break it down. And so it was like a good half-hour walk of a break in the walk, which is pathetic because I was not far from my house. I was maybe a half a mile from my house. So walk a half a mile, have to take a half an hour break in order to walk back, because I was really ill. Anyway, and I couldn't really work. So I took a very small financial hit, although it seems to be coming back around because guess what? When no kids can go to school, people need tutors. So I am making it back in spades. So yeah, very weird, small financial wobble that I was saying that was maybe 1% of increased stress. Right now, I'd say 0 increased stress. Because it is, like I said, I'm actually ahead of where I would have expected to be at this point. So, as far as being worried about catching the disease, I have no worries about that at all because I caught it and I am immune. I am very, very concerned still about passing it on, especially knowing firsthand how easy it is to get the disease and not know it, and to be sick and to be making other people sick and not knowing anything about it all. I don't know where the cats are. Oh, I can see them. They're way back there. Oh, well, they're playing. That's good. I don't want to pass it on. And I can't get sick, so I can't make somebody sick directly, but I could possibly touch something with the virus, it be on my hand, touch something else that somebody else then picks it up. And I mean, that's a very small, tiny bit of transmission possibility. But because of that, I'm like still absolutely religious about hand sanitizer. So I'm aware of it. I'm not anxious about it. I'm vigilant. I would still say that's about 0 stress. And I was also saying 0 stress about the social thing, which is what I was actually asked about. How am I coping with the absolute shutdown of social? I feel really bad for my father. Again, my father has Alzheimer's. He doesn't understand this at all. And he has not been, they've not really explained to him. I think because they don't want to really scare him to death by telling him what's exactly going on. But he thinks that he is basically in this prison and he's never going to get out and he's stuck there for life. And that's weird, some bird. So he's very super concerned. And I mean, it's a very strange thing for me to feel bad for my father, considering how he treated me for 40 odd years. And now I feel really bad for him. Because, people have Alzheimer's, a lot of times they do a personality change, and it's like his meanness went away. And now he's just like an old fuddy-duddy old man. And, I mean, I know who he is and what he was. I don't think he's capable right now of really, truly having like a mean streak. I think he tries to do that, but it's more like it comes out as a confusion rather than meanness, which is weird. So I just feel bad for the old guy. I mean, on the other hand, I generally feel pretty obligated that I should go and visit him. Anything with a should makes me puke. As you know, I hate that. I hate that feeling. I hate that word. I hate people putting, these weights on people to say, gonna weigh down your life with all these things you should do. So I actually feel not a huge, but a pretty decent chunk of relief that I cannot go visit him now because it's in lockdown. So it's like relief. There's that. With my kid, my child is going through a thing. As everybody knows, he doesn't live with me and he doesn't want anything to do with me unless he wants something, like money usually. Unless he wants something from me, in which case he wants a 30-second interaction for me to pass it over to him. He doesn't actually want anything to do with me and isn't interested in talking to me. So, that was my cat. Come on, Pop. Let's go find out what happened to my cat. Hey, Perry. Somebody's... Perry! Do you see him? Man, he's moving. Come on, Poppy. Okay, see, that's fucking not a cat. That was a fox. Well, that's cool that whoever was down here... Oh my God, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Ran off a fox. Okay, who is it? Come out, wherever you are. Please tell me you've not been bitten by a fox and you're bleeding to death. That was a fox. Shit. Pop, help me find whoever it was. Okay, while I search for whatever the hell happened down here. Okay, so socially with my kid, non-issue. Socially with interacting with other people, there aren't other people. I'd say that the worst is that I can't do the traveling, which I got used to really quickly. Actually, last week, I know, there's a fox over here, Kat. It just popped into my head. I found a place to go traveling to where I could drive, and I was like, I should go there, but the state is in lockdown, and I would have been arrested. And so I didn't go, but I really wanted to, and I can't do it. I can't plan the next trip. That kind of sucks. I don't know that was my cat, because that house, they have cats. I'm really nervous about this, can you tell? Foxes are worse than dogs. I'm going to put the light on, freak out my neighbors, see if I can see what I can see. I can't. No battery, like I said. So the reality is that, yeah, I wish I could go out and do things, because I'm the type of person who likes is a strong word. I get a hit off of, that's how I've described it. It is like sort of like a drug. It affects my mentality. To be around crowds of people, it just makes me feel better, especially if they don't interact with me. Which is strange. I understand, that's weird. I'm still looking for the cat. So I do miss that. I miss being able to do that. I'm able to go out and walk around my neighborhood because there's nobody here. I am socially isolated. If I go for a walk in the woods, I am socially isolated. Really, there isn't that much of a difference. In reality, there's almost no difference between life before and life now. The difference is that you have to stand up and wait in line outside of a grocery store before you go in. But who goes grocery shopping every day anyway? And because of my open schedule, I can basically go whenever. And I can drive over and check out the line, and if it's too long, either go to a different store or go home and come back another time. No cats. There's definitely a cat that got into something going on with that fox, though, in this area. So yeah, I was saying it was 0% change, and it wasn't affecting me at all. Oh, and there's the ghost. Maybe the ghost is the fox. No, it's a person. I was wrong. They're probably trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing wandering around here with my camera out. Okay. Sorry I'm so distracted. Nothing like going, oh, I'm financially fine, and then wondering, am I going to have to take the cat to an emergency vet because he's been sliced open by a fox? Um, yeah. But really, the stress has been much lower. My home life, it's the same. I am not really wanting to get out and do more because it's more or less the same lifestyle that I've been doing. I go out for walks at night, in the middle of the night. You've seen this. This is not a change for me. I purposefully try to socially isolate when I take my walks because I bring my cats. There's Poppy. And I don't want them to be attacked by any animals, including a fox. But especially dogs. So there really isn't that much of a change. But it would be disingenuous of me to say it was 0% change because, it is a little bit of I'm used to going grocery shopping at 11 o'clock at night. Well, now all the stores close at 8, which means as bizarre as it is, now that this has happened, I actually have to interact with more people to do my basic things than I was doing before. Because I would purposefully go at a time when there was nobody in the store. Who goes grocery shopping at 11:30 at night or whenever? I do. I'm like a genius. I shouldn't use that word, but you know what I mean. It's like my thing to get to a store at 15 minutes before it closes and do the entire shop, buzzing around the store as quickly as I can to get everything done. I can't do that anymore. So it's weird. It's like my normal socialization, I'm not doing that because it's around other people interacting with each other, and there's nobody interacting with each other, so I can't observe that. And then when I have to be around people, I have to be around more people, ironically, than I normally would, which is weird. I'll tell you, it's weird. So it's a small amount of difference. But it's not driving me crazy. It's definitely not driving me crazy because here I am outside doing what I always did before. So that's my answer, and I'm going to go hunt down this cat, and I will type up a description of what I find. It's probably a freaked out cat with a fluffed out tail, and he's fine. Yeah. So bye.